Welcome to a fancy looking piece of Italy. For today's car, you're going to need the Horizon 5 Italian Exotics car pack. One which took me too long to pronounce. Because we are taking a look at the 2022 Ferrari 296 GTB. This thing is boasting over 800 brake horsepower from stock, 663 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs a whopping 3,472 pounds. But I've got to say, what a car indeed. The front of it reminds me a lot of the SF90. Going to the side, it looks sleek and modern, and then going to the back, I just love what Ferrari have done with the rear of this car, especially with the rear center exit exhaust. Going to the inside, it looks even nicer. As you can see over to the right hand side, I've got a few what look to be buttons, I'm assuming, and then to the front over here, it is very much heavily driver focused, which is fantastic. And now let's go ahead and get the right camera angle and take a listen to this thing. I've got to say, it just sounds fantastic. Right, let's go ahead, jump over to conversion, over to engine swaps to see what we've got. We've got a whopping 4 for this thing, which is quite surprising. We've got ourselves the 4.5 litre V8. We've got a 3.9 litre V8 twin turbo. We also have the racing V12 alongside the 6.3 litre V12 hybrid. If you want to, you can also go ahead and make this thing all-wheel drive, which I think we'll do a little bit later on. Going over now to aero and appearance, especially to the front bumper, we've got nothing fancy, just a normal little bit of Forza aero, although at least for once they finally centered the tow hook. And then going to the back of this thing, let's go ahead and see it is sadly just the normal Forza rear wing. In the meantime though, our mechanic Mac has been very busy throwing together a little racing tune for us. Let's go ahead and bring up the share code real quick. There it is, feel free to go ahead and grab that for yourself. We're going to go ahead, download it and see what we can do with it. Now, in what I think is a Mac first, we've actually gone down in power from the over 800 we had stock down to just under 590, but we are now a lot lighter at 2,920 pounds. So with all those upgrades installed, let's now go ahead and take a look at the paint. Sadly, we've got nothing for advanced. Going over to manufacturer colors though, here's where it gets fun, because we've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors for this thing. And I've got to say, I do really like the blue. I don't know why, it just fits so well with this thing. Now, I've got to say, I have been fortunate enough to see quite a fair few Ferraris in my lifetime. The most recent one was, funnily enough, in a motorway service station. However, I've not had a chance to see the 296 GTB in person, and it's honestly a bit of a shame because it does look like a very nice car indeed. So if anybody in the UK happens to have one or plans to take one to a car show next year, you know, let me know. I'd love to see it. And away we go. Suddenly, I'm very glad I decided to paint this thing a bright yellow, and I've got to say it does look pretty cool indeed. Let's go ahead and see if we can take this thing from 8th all the way up into 1st place with over 200 horsepower less than what we have in stock, which is certainly going to be quite a challenge. Especially since we are on the stock gearbox and it does feel a lot slower than before. Somehow we've still managed to get past the BMW i8 though, so that's pretty cool. Right, up into 5th place we go, up past the McLaren, up past the Lamborghini, nearly, oh wait, no, we actually did get past the Chevy, let's go. Now at this point I'd usually give out a number of how many Ferraris are built. Unfortunately, Ferrari hasn't actually disclosed the official figure of how many 296s have been made, which is a bit of a shame really. But what I do know is, apparently if you want to buy one of these in the UK, they are quite rare, but the prices are between 200 to 264,000 pounds sterling, which by the way is this in US dollar. So if you ask me, that's very expensive. And across we go with a very nice 1st place, and let's see, what do we get a time of? We got a time of 1 minute 55. That's impressive. So moving on from a race that I didn't think we'd actually win over to the backstage, because it's very interesting this week, and let's go ahead and actually take a look at what's on offer. We've got ourselves the Alfa Romeo 8C and the Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG versus the Mercedes-Benz SL65 alongside the Audi RS Avant from 2018. Now I've got to say, we've got some really good cars up for grabs here, but I think I might go with the Mercedes-Benz and the Alfa Romeo. Do you agree? Let me know. And now we go over to the bit that gets fun, because we go from road racing straight over to drag racing with this tune from Max. Let's go ahead and once again bring up the share code. There it is, feel free to grab that one for yourself as well. We're going to go ahead, download and install and see what we've got to work with. So with these upgrades, we're now a lot heavier, straight back over the 3,000 pounds mark at 3,127 pounds in weight, with a whopping nearly 1,420 brake horsepower. This thing's going to be mad. Right, here we are now over at the back of the festival. Let's go ahead and see, do we get a wheelie check out of the 296? Let's go ahead and see. Nothing on the first attempt. Do we get anything this time? There we go. That's more like it. This thing had been worried there for a second. Do we understand what that says? Absolutely not. Right, let's go ahead and get ourselves onto launch control, and away we go with the drag spec Ferrari 296 GTB. Again, 1,418 brake horsepower, over 3,000 pounds in weight. What can we do with this thing? Through the camera at 204, or rather 200.4, then off the end of the runway at pretty much 217. And where am I going? This time it had lack of brakes and steering. Right, now here's where it gets fun. We get to go ahead and shove in, I think it's the 6.3 litre, there it's a V12 hybrid. We're also going to go ahead and make this thing all-wheel drive as well, and we're going to go ahead and shove on some good old twin turbos. Why? Because I have one goal for this thing and one goal only. That is a top speed and a lot of it. Although, while we're at it, it's probably wise to go ahead and throw on some good tyres, and also go ahead and make them probably wider as well. Should we add spacers to them? Yeah, okay, why not? And while we're at it, we're also definitely making this thing a lot lighter. Yeah, that looks about right. However, now I've got to go ahead and tune nearly 1,500 brake horsepower into a 6-speed gearbox. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And while we're at it, here is this week's Forzathon shop. We've got ourselves a Lotus Elise GT1, we've got a backstage pass, we've got ourselves a reindeer antlers, we've got a Porsche 911 GT2, the red nose over here, the Horizon Super Wheel Spin, and the regular Horizon Wheel Spin as well. And now, out to the motorway. Right, now let's go ahead and see how close have we gotten to the motorway grade today. Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? Have we made it today? Well, nearly. I mean, it's right there. So close, yet so far. In the meantime though, here we are now over at the motorway. Let's get ourselves onto launch control, and away we go. 1,418 brake horsepower, over 3,000 pounds of car. What can we do with this thing? Well, let's go ahead and find out, shall we? Personally, I'm hoping for something good, especially since we've taken a lot of time to throw some upgrades at this thing. Either way, out of the speed zone at 239.11, which really isn't too bad for this thing. We are still accelerating as well. We've got the downhill speed camera. Why is there a Bronco there? Honestly, I think I just sent that to space. Either way, here we are now on the downhill. Where's the camera? Should be here somewhere. There it is, 262.88, going downhill, 265, 266, 267, 268 out of this thing. Do we get anything more? Sadly not. 268 is our maximum. These signs just there. On the brakes we go. Can we get this thing stopped in a good amount of distance? And I've got to say, I think that might actually be better than last week. Although I'll leave you to be a judge of that. Although now it's time to go ahead and take this nice little fancy Italian motor and go and make it do some more motorsports it's not quite used to, also known as drifting. So let's go ahead, chuck this thing around, see what we can do. Do we get anything good on run number 1? 35,508 points. For something not designed for drifting, that's actually quite good. Can it be that score though? Going back the other way, let's go ahead and find out. 35.5k is the score to be. Can we do it? Let's go ahead and find out. We're getting to the edge of the drift zone, and there we go. We have actually beaten that score at 38,275. The fact I was able to do all that in one breath was something else. In the meantime though, that is this nice little look at the Ferrari 296 GTB, and I've got to say, what a car it is indeed. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's quite quick as well. Maybe not so much for racing, but if you want something that's certainly going to be a showstopper at car meets, then this is definitely going to be the car for you. Like I said at the start though, this car is from a DLC car pack, so it will cost a little extra on top of the base game, but I think for this thing, honestly, I'd say it's worth it. If there's a car that you would like to see me make a video on that's in Horizon 5, go ahead and let me know in the comments, but in the meantime, that's going to be all from me, so thank you very much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, Tech out. See ya! Right, now I need to go and find a nice setter.